right, this is now the third Mishnah in the third chapter of Mesechet Kinim. To my dry opinion, perhaps the funniest Mishnah in Shas, at least for an engineer. So I will synthesize for you the one line of Gemara that I think would have gone with this if the Gemara was going to be written today. The Mishnah says, Achatas lezu va'ola lezu. One woman has or there is one bird which is for sure supposed to be a achatas, a sin offering, and there's one bird which for sure is supposed to be used as a free offering, as an ola. Asa kulan lamala, and the Kohen put all of these above as olas. Meksa kasher, meksa puzzle. The chatas is half are good and half are no good, which means the ola is good and the chatas is no good. Kulan namatan, he put all of these below, he made all of these as chatases. Meksa kasher, meksa puzzle. The chatas is good and the ola is no good. Chetzi lamalam v'chetzi lamatan. He put half of them above and half of them below. Shneihem psulot. Both of them are puzzle. Sha'ani omer, chatas kurva lamalan va'ola lamatan. That I tell you that the chatas was done above where it should have been done below, and the ola was done below where it should have done above. Now, if you think I have a chatas and an ola and they've gotten mixed together, and I did one above and one below, it's exactly 50% chance that it was done wrong, and exactly a 50% chance that it was done right. And we're inside of a B'med Devorim Omrim, we're inside of a Moshe Rabbeinu's talking, and he says, Sha'ani Omer, and I'm telling you, it was done exactly wrong. That the chatas was brought as an ola, and the ola was brought as a chatas. And for me, this is a very funny Mishnah, because if there was one line of Gemara that would show up here, they would say, who is the author of the Mishnah? And they would use the euphemism, another euphemism for Moshe, and they would say Murphy, because this is Murphy's Law. This is the oldest recorded case that I know of Murphy's Law explicitly stated. And there are lots of other stories about Murphy's Law, but here it is in Mishnayos explicitly. Anybody who has a prior example of Murphy's Law from Akkadian or Sumerian or something, it would also be curious reading, but here it is for us. Okay? Now, Mishnah Daled, the fourth Mishnah of the third chapter of Mesechet Kinim says, Chatas va'ola v'stuma u'mefereshes. I have 6 birds. I have a chatas bird, I have an ola bird, I have a ken stuma, which is a pair of birds where one of them should be a chatas and one should be an ola, but I haven't decided which is which. There's only a dependency between them. Umefereshet, and I have a pair of birds where one of them was supposed to be a chatas and one of them was supposed to be an ola, and they've been mixed together. So the chatchila, they're like meses that I shouldn't choose any of them, but b'di'evid, maybe I can get some good out of them. Okay? Asa kulan namalam. So they put all of the birds above. Meksa kasher, meksa puzzle. Half of them are good and half are no good. I'll show you the diagram in a moment. Because the ola is good, if it was above, and the ola of the stuma is good, and the ola of the mefereshes is good, which is half. Kula namatan, if they did all of them below, meksa kasher, meksa puzzle. If they made all of them as chatases, half of them are good and half no good. The chatas is good, the chatas of the stuma good, and the chatas of the mefereshes is good, which is half. Chetzi l'malam v'chetzi l'mata. What if they put half above and half below? Ein kosher ela kestuma. There isn't any kosher except the number that you have in the stuma. V'hi mitchaleket beinehem. And this group is divided between them. Now let's see who's the he and who's the them. We'll see the diagram and prove it, because there are a number of different opinions here, and I think this way is the easiest way to see it, even though when you'll get to the Meforshim, you'll see that there are other ways that these are divided. The first case was, I have a chatas, an ola, a stuma, and a mefereshes. What happens to them? The ola is good, one of the stumas is good, one of the mefereshes is good, that's half. Equivalently, if I had the chatas, the ola, the stuma, and the mefereshes below, the chatas is good, a chatas of the stuma is good, a chatas of the mefereshes is good. However, if they were divided half and half, there are two different cases. Case one is, worst case, Chatas above, Ola below. All of the Stumas above, and all of the Mefereshes below. Other worst case, Chatas above, Ola below. Stuma got divided half and half, and Mefereshet got divided half and half. What is it and why is it the worst case? Let's take a look. If the Stuma is above, the Ola of the Stuma is good. And the Chatas of the Mefereshes is good. That's fine. End of the case. If it was done this way, Chatas and Ola, those are wrong. In the Stuma, well, the Ola of the Stuma is good and the Chatas of the Stuma is good. But in the Mefereshes, he did it exactly backwards as we had in the previous Mishnah. He did the Chatas of the Mefereshes above and the Ola below. So, Yofi, you have two birds here which are good, and you have two birds here which are good. The problem being, here the two birds, one of them in the worst case is from the Stuma, and one of them is from the Mefereshes. And in the other case, both of them are from the Stuma. And so the reason that the Mishnah says that you have to divide between them, you have to divide between the three cases. So what you see in these cases are that three of the birds can be correct for Stuma, and one of them can be correct for Mefereshes. So the suggestion is the Chatas has to rebuy her birds and bring them as Chatas. The Ola has to rebuy her birds as Chatas. What do you do with the two birds that are used correctly? 3/4 of the value of that goes to the woman who brought the Stuma. And 1/4 of the value of that goes to the woman from the Mefereshes. Okay? Now, there are other opinions in Chazal as to how you understand the statement of V'hi mitchaleket beinehem, that these solutions are divided between them.